Hey friends, my name is Cassidy or Magical Martini. Welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys part 3 of my Disney pin collection series. So if you missed part 1 and part 2, I will link the playlist up above as well as the individual videos in the description down below. Part 1 was my mini Mickey and Friends pins along with some park attractions from Disneyland and Disney World. Part 2 was my completed sets and holidays case. So lots of different characters along with Halloween, Hocus Pocus, Christmas, and then Sleeping Beauty pins. So definitely check those out if you haven't already. Today is part 3 and it is my favorite Disney movies. So Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Cinderella, and Tangled. And I know I say this with every case, but some of my absolute favorite pins are in here, so I'm really excited to share them with you. Quick disclaimer that I give in every single video, I started collecting in 2000, so we're going on 22 years. I do not remember the details for every single pin as far as edition size or where I got them, but I will of course give you any information that I do know as well as point out my favorite pins. But as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments down below and I will get that information to you. So let's start by talking about the case. I actually got this one at the soda fountain store or the studio store in Hollywood, and it's one of my favorites in terms of the embroidery on the front. You have Minnie and Mickey sharing a sundae, and then says Disney Soda Fountain and Studio Store in Hollywood, California. This also came with a pin that matches this design that is in my first case, my Minnie and Mickey collection. But as you know, most of my cases are exactly like this. Has a strap around the edge, one zipper over here, and then a handle in the top. The thing that makes this case a little different from my other ones is there is a mesh pocket in front. Normally, the extra mesh pocket is in the back of the case. So inside, I just have some of my backer cards that I like to keep the special ones. And then we move on to my first Beauty and the Beast page. Beauty and the Beast is my absolute favorite Disney movie of all time, if you didn't know. So here's a little overview, and then let's start up at the top. So this pin is a Diamond Edition DVD release from 2010. It is a limited edition 1500, and it does have a moving element where Belle and the Beast switch to become Belle and Prince Adam. Absolutely love that. I actually gave one of these away in my 500 subscriber giveaway, and Jamie from Jamie's Disney Kingdom won. So we are twinning. Next, this pin also has a moving element. It is also a limited edition, and it's from one of my favorite scenes where Belle goes far off places, daring sword fights, magic spells, a prince in disguise. So I think this one's really, really cool. Love that. This is one from the parks that's more recent. It's an open edition pin with all of the sidekicks. Then we have a Be Our Guest scene. And then this little mirror was part of a 5-pin set. So I'll show you the rest on the rest of this page. The cute little Cogsworth and Lumiere, a stamp of Belle and the Beast, the wardrobe, Belle and Beast, and you're gonna see some dog hair. It's hard to keep it out of this black case. We have a Mrs. Potts and Chip, one with the year that it was released, November 22nd, 1991. Then we have another Cogsworth. This one also came in the box set with the mirror. Moving down, this is a fantasy pin, which is a fan-made pin, not official Disney, and this is my very first fantasy pin I ever got. As you can see, it's a good size. Then we have another pin from that 5-pin set, an open edition from the parks, and then these are the last 2 that came in that 5-pin set. It was a little red velvet box, and they are limited edition 500. Then we have a Belle, 1991. Another Belle. Moving down, beautiful Beauty and the Beast. Belle with a chip. I love this one because it's in the shape of a rose. Belle and Beast are dancing in the ballroom. And then this one is also a limited edition. This was gifted to me by Brandon and Heidi over at It's Always Sunny. I love the artwork on the front. And then it is a little lunchbox. You can see the gray stuff inside. So cute. I think it's a limited edition 1500, but don't quote me on that. All right, so here is an overview of the first page. Next, we have this beautiful page. Start up here, we have one of the Paint the Night. I think that was from a mystery pin set a while back when Paint the Night started at Disneyland. Then we have the 60th Diamond Celebration from Disneyland. This one was one of their monthly series pins. When you open it up, you have Belle and Beast, limited edition. This is a limited edition from Paris of Lumiere, and it was part of their My Favorite Character series that they had. This one is from the Soda Fountain store or the Studio store in Hollywood, also a limited edition. Theirs range anywhere from like LE 200 to 500. This is probably in the 300 or 400 range, but I do have a couple of these in my collection, so you'll see more throughout the series. Love that. Then we have two of the little kind of like film strips of Belle reading to the sheep, and then her and Prince Adam. This one of Cogsworth, if it's not Baroque, don't fix it, is a fantasy pin from Fly and Soar Co. Then we have the Beast, Enchanted Rose, the Disney D with Belle. This one is an older pin with a little dangly element. And then this is one of my only pins of Philippe, and so I absolutely love it because pins of him are pretty rare. This one has a moving element that says, try the gray stuff. It's delicious, which it really is. If you haven't had it, you should totally try it. This Cogsworth is from one of those Reveal Conceal sets. And then we have this cute Belle ice cream cone. This is a fantasy pin from Castle Babe Co. This pin of Plumette is a Pin Trader Delight, or APTD, from the Soda Fountain store in Hollywood. Moving down, we have just an open edition of the Beast, and then these are all Funko pins from Box Lunch. And then we have another cute little Belle Hidden Mickey. So here is another overview of that page. And then it does have the mesh pockets in between to protect the pins. Moving on to the third Beauty and the Beast page. As you can see, Beauty and the Beast is definitely one of my biggest pin collections since it's my favorite Disney movie. Makes sense. Starting up here, we have another limited edition from the parks. This was part of the Storybook monthly series. So you have part of the story on this side and then them dancing. This is also a limited edition from the parks. Maurice moves from underneath his invention. Love that because he's pretty rare on pins too. This pin is part of the Magical Musical Moments series. You can see the music notes there for Be Our Guest, and I actually have this whole scene tattooed on me. Then we have Beauty is Found Within with a little mirror. Oh, you see Lotso? And then this is also a cute little series of the princesses. You can see the Enchanted Rose, Mrs. Potts, and Chip. Of course, Belle in the center. This one is actually a really thick pin. It is a little replica of the VHS case. Moving down, just another cute Chip, Belle. This was another limited edition from the Parks monthly pin series. On the other side, it has the Enchanted Rose, and it says, learn to love another and earn her love in return. So pretty. Another box lunch pin. And then this is a film strip of Cogsworth and Lumiere from the Disney Studio Store in Hollywood. These two pins are from the mystery pin box at Walt Disney World, of like when they had that Beauty and the Beast box set. I would love more of these. I actually do have a few more, but they are on my guest on page. If you've noticed, I do not have any guest on or LeFou pins on these pages because I keep the villains in separate cases, which are coming later on in the series. But then we just have lots more Cogsworth and Lumiere pins because they're my favorites. Down here, these three pins are from DBits Co, which is another fantasy pin shop. I absolutely love these pins. Very high quality and pretty inexpensive. This pin is so cute. I love it. It's from Paris, I'm pretty sure. And I just love that it matches the new Funko Pop that came out for the 30th anniversary. We have another chip and a 2020 chip. So here is another overview. And then moving on to our last Beauty and the Beast page. I should have just given a disclaimer because there are a few risque fantasy pins on this page. So here's your disclaimer. There's a few risque fantasy pins on this page. Let's start up at the top. We have another limited edition from one of the monthly pin series of the cereal. And on this side, you have the little bag of chips, cocoa chips, and then a little game over here with a dangly element right there. Then this is a fantasy pin from Adriana X Fantasy on Instagram, who I will link down below. Cute little chip. And then this is a Artland pin of Belle and Philippe, and it is a limited edition 150, and it's actually number 94. I love this pin so much. It's so beautiful. Then we're going to skip this one for a second and move over to this one. This one is a fantasy pin of Prince Adam, part of the All Have a Mantini series from one of my favorite fantasy pin makers, Pins by JP. I talk about that shop a lot, and you've seen this pin recently in one of my PINMAIL videos, so love that. Then this is also one of my newest pins. It is from Shop Disney, and it is the Beauty and the Beast key from the 30th anniversary. Then moving over, this kind of starts my, or not starts, but is my Beauty and the Beast Christmas pins. So right up here, this is from one of the Christmas Advent calendars, and this was gifted to me by Brandon and Heidi over at It's Always Sunny. And then in the center there, we have another one that was made by Pins by JP, part of the Gentleman series, and it is Prince Adam with a Santa hat. This was gifted to me recently by my friend Sue over at Bangers Bubbly. Then this is one of my newer pins also from Shop Disney. It is a limited release of Christmas Day. And then this is a limited edition from the parks from 2018 of Belle and Lumiere doing a Lumiere snowman. I love that so much. Moving down, we have this really cute winter scene. And then this is from Collect Random, and it is the Funko Belle from the winter scene. And then Forte, one of my newer pins as well, an open edition from the parks. And then I did just get the Beauty and the Beast Christmas, not Christmas collection, Castle collection pin. So that is going to go right here. I'm going to be showing that in a PINMAIL video very soon. So I'm saving this spot. And then I'm going to have to reorganize this case a little because that's all the room I have for Beauty and the Beast. And as you can see, after I put the castle here, because it's about this size, it's going to be full. So definitely need some more room. But now we're going to move on to my first Lion King page. So here's an overview of that. Starting up at the top here, we have this cute Where Friends Share the Magic from Disneyland. A little dangle. 1994 is when The Lion King was released. This one is so cute because it has Scar, Rafiki, of course, Mufasa, Simba, and Sarabi. And this is one of my only pins with Sarabi on it, so I absolutely love that. Again, this is one of the only pins that you will see with Scar on it because he and the hyenas have their own page in my villains book. This one is actually Simba and Kiara. And I named my dog Kiara because I really love Lion King too. So, I don't know why it says the Lion King when it's the Lion King too, but that's okay. And then I love this one so much. It's Pingia again of Simba and Nala. So cute. Got Timon and Pumbaa, some of my other favorite sidekicks. Actually, here's another one of Sarabi. And then Lion King Celebration, another from Disneyland. A bunch of these, they're just open edition. Hakuna Matata, The Lion King. I love this scene when they dress in hula. Love that part. This is probably one of my favorite Lion King pins. It is Mufasa and Zazu. It is from the Studio Store in Hollywood, and it is a limited edition 300, I think. Simba and Nala. This is also from the Studio Store, limited edition, either 3 or 400, from the I Just Can't Wait to Be King scene. Another one from 1994. Well, not from 1994, but says 1994. And then Rafiki's drawing of Simba. Got a Timon, Rafiki. There's a bunch more of these with like rules of Disneyland that are really cute. So happy that I found one of those. I got this from trading. This is one of my favorites too, because I just really love Rafiki. More Timon, Pumbaa, 10th anniversary. Lots of Hakuna Matata, Zazu. More Timon and Pumbaa, of course. Hidden Mickey. So there is another overview. And then here are the rest of my Lion King pins. Have some really good ones on this page. This was gifted to me by Heather over at the Sassy Cinderella. We got a Can You Feel the Love Tonight, open edition from the parks. This is a limited edition Windows of Magic. So this was a monthly series. Up there you can see Mufasa. There's a little drawing of Simba there. And then Timon and Pumbaa at the bottom with some paw prints. Really, really beautiful pin. Another Hakuna Matata. And then this one is a limited edition for the anniversary. I think it was, what would that have been? The 20th anniversary? 25th? Something like that. I can't do math that quickly. But I just love that Timon and Pumbaa swing. It's so cute. This is one of my newer pins, also a limited edition, monthly release, Visit Pride Rock. Then we just have some cute little open edition pins, Hidden Mickey. These two are fantasy pins from Fly and Soar Co. And it says Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days. Yeah, I really love that shop. I have quite a few from this like range where it's just the characters with words on their face. So cute. Love that. And then we have a movie poster. And then this was from a mystery box set. And it says, remember who you are. So there is that page. Definitely have a little room to grow. And then we move on to my Cinderella page, which, let's be honest, it's mostly the fairy godmother because she's one of my favorite Disney characters of all time. Moving up here, these are two pins that I've had for a really long time. There was this series where it's the princesses with like their iconic, like whether it be the magic lamp or the carriage, you know, like their iconic design in the background, and then the princess in the front. You can see the clock says midnight, so really love those pins. And then this one, when you spin her, it's kind of hard to do in this case, but then her blue dress is on the other side. Very sparkly, got the fairy godmother. And then this one's really cool too because the bubbles actually come up off the page, and then reflect her during that scene. I love that scene so much. This is an open edition from the Studio Store in Hollywood. And then this one is also from the Magical Musical Moments. And it says, "A dream is a wish your heart makes," which is one of my favorite Disney quotes of all time. Also have that tattooed on me. Then we have the glass slipper, fairy godmother. If you saw part 2, then in my Sleeping Beauty collection, I have Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, and they came together with this fairy godmother. So, but obviously had to put her on this page. And then we have the prince, the king, and the grand duke. Another Cinderella, fairy godmother, Cinderella in her mom's dress. That's my favorite dress of hers, just because it was her mom's, and then the mice like made it for her, like decked it all out, and that part was so gut-wrenching. Anyway, moving on. We have a Bruno. I love Bruno so much. And then moving down, this one is so cool. It's from the Studio Store in Hollywood. It's a limited edition, and when you open it up, you have the fairy godmother and Cinderella in her mom's destroyed dress. So sad. And then look, hidden Mickey. So cool. I love this pin. This one is also from the Studio Store in Hollywood, also a limited edition. Also one of my favorite pins because it's a crescent moon, it's fairy godmother. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Let's move down to these two real quick. This one is from a mystery pin series for the 70th anniversary. And then this one is also from the Studio Store in Hollywood. It is a limited edition 500. It was actually a Toys for Tots like special. And if you saw my Sets and Holidays case, then you already saw this pin because it was on my Christmas page, but I decided to move it to this page. Also, please forgive the beeping in the background if you can hear it. There's like a trash truck or something outside. So anyway, moving on. This is my Cinderella castle from the Shop Disney Castle collection. When you open it up, you can see the details of the inside of the castle, like the ballroom and the staircase. These are limited release, I think, but they sold out pretty fast. You can see that it says 12, and it comes up off the page as well. It is very textured. Then we just have this cute little pin from Box Lunch. Another one of those really awesome, like, collages of characters that are new pins from the parks. They've been releasing them for different movies over the last like 6 or 8 months. So I have the Beauty and the Beast one. I have this one. I love that it has Lucifer and Bruno, of course the fairy godmother, Gus, Jack, all of them. And then I have one more, which is in another case. And they just released a Lion King one, so I'm definitely going to have to get that to add to my collection, but I just really love these pins. And then moving down, I have one more glass slipper that also kind of comes up off of the page. So here is another overview of my Cinderella, but mostly fairy godmother page. And then I do have an open page here. So I'm going to maneuver everything a little more so that I have another Beauty and the Beast page available. Then here are some more of my special backer cards. And then we move on to my Tangled collection. So starting up here at the top, the cute little hot air balloon, of course, a wanted poster of Flynn, and then another one of the Diamond Celebration 60th Disneyland anniversary pins. Flynn, Maximus, this really beautiful Once Upon a Time bronze pin of the lantern scene. I really love that scene. Speaking of, here's a lantern. Here is Rapunzel's tower. You Can't Stop the Smolder. This is from Shop Disney. And then we just have a cute little Rapunzel. I'm pretty sure one of these Pascals came with her. I don't know which one though. And then this is another one of the bow pins from the Studio Store in Hollywood, limited edition, either 300 or 400 of Pascal and Rapunzel's bow. Then we have another one of the storybook pins from the parks, one of the monthly pin series, limited edition. On this side you have the story, and then you have the lantern scene. This was picked up for me by Hope and Abby over at the Disney Sisters. And then this is a really beautiful pin too. Love when her hair is braided with the flowers. Then we have this 10th anniversary. This is one of my favorite ones just because it has Rapunzel, Flynn, Pascal, and Maximus. Love that. And I love that her hair is like the border. We just have some more Pascal, Maximus, Rapunzel, Flynn. This is also from the 60th anniversary at Disneyland. Another Pascal, Rapunzel, Flynn. This one is a fantasy pin by Enchanted Dan. I think that's the right name. And then this was part of a reveal conceal set at the parks. And then another one of the monthly pins where, like, when you flip it, on the other side is the flower. And it says, flower gleam and glow, let your power shine. I have quite a few of these, and I really, really like them. They were like enchanted relics or enchanted symbols. I forget what the name of the series is called, but it's basically like the enchanted item from the story is what's on the other side of this spinner. And then this is a fantasy pin from DBits Co. And then we just have a few more Pascals. So here's another overview of this page. And then last page in this book is just a few more Tangled pins. Definitely have some room to grow this collection, so looking forward to that. Starting over here is another fantasy pin from Pins by JP. This is part of the Inked Beauties collection, and I really love it. I love that the Corona sun is tattooed on her back. Her hair has the flowers in it. So beautiful. Then we have another box lunch pin. And then this is a fantasy pin by Creative Cats, I believe. I love that it has the Snuggly Duckling sign in there and just all sorts of things that are symbolic of Rapunzel and Tangled. This was part of an anniversary. It is a limited edition from the parks. I'm just forgetting which anniversary it is. I don't think it was the 10th, but it was recent, like within the last year. And then this one is also a fantasy pin of the Snuggly Duckling. You have Pascal hanging from the sign there, and that is also from DBits Co. So that is the end of my Tangled collection. That is the end of this case. So please let me know what your favorite pins were in the comments down below. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you love Disney and Disney pins too, and then make sure to stay tuned for the rest of my Disney pin collection series, because part 4 is the rest of my favorite characters and favorite movies. And it also has some really amazing pins. I mean, honestly, I'm just really proud of this collection. So thank you so much for watching. And if you're returning, I love and appreciate you more than you know. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a magical day. Bye.